Was this on? Oh my gosh. Am I here now? Hello. I think this is the third time I'm gonna do, oh man. Okay, so this is the third time I'm gonna do the intro. I did the intro and then I was like, wait, it's not quite ready. And then I did the intro again. And here we are. We've actually made it all the way to the stream. This is exciting. All right, so welcome everybody to the next exciting week of learning how to play bridge. This week in our Happy Bridging Learn and Play, we are going to be tackling Jacoby to no trump. This is going to be an artificial raise for our major, showing 4-card support. So we have a known 9-card fit and game forcing values. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first and foremost, our agenda for the day, we are going to be talking about 3 versus 4 card raises, the power of trump support. We're going to be talking about natural versus artificial to no trump bids and what we gain versus what we lose. Then finally, we're going to get into the Jacoby to no trump basics. We're going to go through a few examples, and then we're going to have further approaches to the Jacoby to no trump structure. And at the end, I will have a few minutes for questions. So let's talk about the theory behind Jacoby to no trump. So the balanced 4-card game forcing raise. First and foremost, we want to think about what we are giving up when we try to add these conventions. So for this convention, we are giving up a natural to no trump response. Now our partner's opened a major, and so we're giving up the natural to no trump response. Kind of feels like a reasonable trade-off. So let's talk first about 3 versus 4 card raises. Is it even worth it to show a 4-card raise? Well, yes, it is. So this is all going back to the law of total tricks. One of my favorite bridge books is the one about the law of total tricks. I thought that it was a really great way to explain that concept. And bridge is a trick-taking game. And so understanding what strategies you can use to improve your trick-taking potential is super, super helpful. So when you have more trumps, you have more trick-taking potential. So having 3 versus 4 card support for partner's 5-card major could make a world of difference. It's a heck of a lot easier to play in a 9-card suit than it is to play in an 8-card suit. And that's because, I mean, the odds of you being able to take all of the tricks in that suit just keep going up exponentially as you are adding extra trump cards to your hand. Now, also, being able to tell your partner that you have a 4-card raise might make a competitive decision easier. So, partner is going to know, okay, partner has 4-card support versus 3-card support, and so we should be able to figure out, hey, should I take this extra step? Should I go for the 3 level as opposed to letting them play maybe in 3 clubs? So, it makes our competitive decisions a lot easier. Now, our last reason for the difference between 3 versus 4 card raises and why we want to use something to specify that is because balanced hands often include 3 and 4 card raises for our majors. So we're kind of doubling up. We're getting to show both things, but with one bid. So you get to show not only that you have a balanced hand, but that you also have 4-card support or 3-card support. So you get to clarify those things and you're not really losing a lot because a lot of those balanced hands already were going to be used as raises for partners. So we might as well get it out of the way now. Now let's talk about natural versus artificial to no trump. So if we are trying to quickly find game in no trump, if partner opens a major and we respond a natural to no trump, they can decide really easily whether we want to play in 3 no trump or pass and play in 2 no trump. But it also takes up a lot of room. And so if partner doesn't have a balanced hand, now we are scrambling at the 3 level trying to find a good place to play. One thing that I think is really obnoxious about this is if it goes like 1 heart, natural to no trump, and then 3 hearts, There's a lot of ambiguity there. We don't know if partner just has like 6 hearts and a minimum hand, or if they have 6 hearts and a medium hand, or maybe if they are balanced or like just unbalanced, like with 5 hearts and they just don't have anything better to bid. Maybe they have 4 spades and 5 hearts, and so now they're stuck making some response at the 3 level. I personally would rather have to do that at the 2 level rather than the 3 level. And then the last thing is that generally we have preference for the majors. So giving up the natural 2 no trump bid to show something quasi-natural, but more focused on the majors, I think it's a worthwhile trade-off because we really like to play in our majors. It's easiest to get to a game or a slam when we are thin on high card points if we have a big fit. And so it's really helpful to have that option when we are trying to show our hand to our partner. So let's talk about the Jacoby 2 no trump basics. So what are the hand types that we are looking for as responder? And then how is opener supposed to handle that? So what hands will bid Jacoby 2 no trump? Well, first and foremost, your partner has to have opened a major, 1 heart or 1 spade. So they opened one of those 2 suits. The next thing is that we have the following features in our hand. So we have game forcing values, at least 12 high card points. We have 4 or more card support for partner. Could be 6, could be 4, could be 5, whatever, but it is showing 4 or more card support for partner. If we only have 3 card support, what we are going to do instead is we are going to start by making a game forcing bid. So we'll bid 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, just a natural 2-level game forcing bid if we're playing 2/1. And then at our next opportunity, once we've established that we're in a game force, now we can show 3 card support. So now we get to clarify that difference. When we have an 8 card fit, there's actually still a chance that we might want to play in 3 no trump. But when we have a 9 card fit, no way, Jose, we are definitely playing in 4 of the major or 6 of the major or 7. So we know that those are options, much more of an option to play in no trump when we only have an 8 card fit. And generally, we are going to be balanced if we bid Jacoby 2 no trump. So if partner opened 1 spade, with this hand, we've got 12 high card points and 4 plus card support. We're balanced, so we would definitely bid 2 no trump with this hand. This one's an interesting one. We have 4 card support for partner. It is crappy support, but that probably means that partner's spades are better. And then we have 13 points overall and a balanced hand. So we would definitely bid Jacoby 2 no trump with this one as well. So 1 spade pass, 2 no to us. All right. So here we've got 17 high card points. Woo, we've got a nice hand. So we want to be able to show that to partner, and we can do that with 1 bid. So we are going to bid Jacoby 2 no trump. We are balanced. We have 4 card support, and we are definitely game forcing. It's going to make it much easier for us to explore for slam. And then this is our last one here. We have 12 high card points, 4 measly little spades, and we have game forcing values and a balanced hand. So we would definitely bid Jacoby 2 no trump here. So now the question is, now that we understand what we're going to be showing when we are responding, we want to figure out what as opener we want to know. So looking at these couple of hands here, opener is going to be showing us something in response to Jacoby 2 no trump, and what would be really helpful for us to know as this balanced, powerful, game-forcing hand? Well, we would love to know if opener has shortness, because we clearly don't. So in this last example down here, if partner has a singleton heart or a singleton diamond, that might be pretty good for us because now we have length opposite shortness, we have the ace, and we'll be able to take care of all of our little losers with all the spades in partner's hand. So that would be really helpful. In this hand here, if partner has a singleton heart, that's super helpful for us because now we aren't losing a bunch of hearts. We're only losing 1 or 0 hearts, which is really nice because right now it looks like we have 3 heart losers. So what we want to do is we want to find out from partner if they have any shortness. So partner is not balanced or is balanced, so we want to show them if we are not. So we want to help them better evaluate our hand, just like we were on that last slide. So our 3-level responses are going to be showing shortness. So let's take a look at a couple of examples here. So these are opener's hands. So I've opened 1 spade with this hand. I have 12 high card points. Partner's made a game forcing raise with 2 no trump. Now, my first obligation is to tell them if I have any shortness. So do I have any? And heck yes, I do. I've got this singleton diamond. I know it's a queen, but it is still a singleton that I'm going to show my partner because I only have 1 card there and it's not an ace. All right, here's another one. We've got 12 high card points. I have 5 spades. I opened a spade. Partner made the game forcing raise. And I do have shortness. I have shortness in hearts. So I will bid 3 hearts. Similar idea here. I've got 14 high card points. I have an unbalanced hand. I have shortness in hearts. So I'm going to bid 3 hearts. So you'll notice that we did bid this with a singleton honor, but I didn't put any examples up here of having a singleton ace because people go both ways on this. Some people will show the shortness, even if it's an ace, but some people really don't like to show a singleton ace because it's not really the same as these singletons, right? An ace singleton is still worth a trick. So some people would prefer to just treat that as a balanced hand, so I didn't want to include any of those examples here. But wait, there's more. So you aren't just limited to showing a singleton or a void in one of the side suits. Instead, you also have opportunities to show if you have a good 5-card suit on the side. So this is an emphasis on the good aspect of this. You want your partner to be able to evaluate whether this is some good trick-taking potential. You don't want to just do it on like Jack 5th just because you have Jack 5th, because your partner doesn't know how to evaluate that. And if you're going to take up an entire level of bidding, so you skip the 3 level, we're going to be doing this at the 4 level. So if we do that, by taking up all of that extra space, we need to be showing that we have something worth taking up that space. And if you only have like Jack 5th of a suit, it's not going to be good enough to warrant that. So we are getting more specific with this. We are telling our partner about 5 quality cards in our hand versus just 1 or 0, which is a great feature, but we can do that at a lower level. So if we are going to tell them about the 5 quality cards in our hand, we are going to take up more space. So the 4 level is where we show our 5 card suits. So let's take a look at an example here. So here we have 15 high card points and we have this very reasonable heart suit. I feel like this one could go either way, but for me, this one I would just treat as a 4 heart bid. So 1 spade, 2 no, and then I could show a singleton club, but I think that telling my partner about my 5 hearts would probably be more helpful. So I would bid 4 hearts with this one. This one, my spades are garbage. They are trash. So I could tell them about the void in clubs, but I have ace, king, queen, jack, 5th of diamonds. So with this hand, I definitely want to bid 4 diamonds. So I want to let them know I have 5 quality cards in diamonds. There is trick-taking potential in the diamond suit. Because our whole goal here, by using the 2 no trump bid, is to sort of rocket our slam exploration. It makes it a lot easier to get into the rhythm of trying to find a slam, starting cue bidding, and going through all of these motions, asking about key cards. If you start with this Jacoby 2 no trump, which propels the auction towards slam. So now we are telling our partner, hey, I've got 5 tricks for us. I've got 3 tricks for us in this suit. I'm telling you that we have tricks coming on this side suit. Now, here is an example where we don't want to do that. We have 13 high card points and we do have 5 diamonds, but these 5 diamonds are not going to be giving us any tricks. This is not going to give our partnership any tricks and it's not going to help us in slam. So instead of treating this like a 5 card suit, I'm just going to show the shortness. So I will show 3 clubs here, which is just showing a singleton club. And this one has a spoiler. My bad. I missed one of the animations. Ah! Okay, so that's what you do if you are unbalanced, but there are going to be times where you too are balanced. So if we are balanced, our primary objective is to show our high card points. So when we are balanced, the best way to evaluate our hand is showing high card point ranges. And that's why when you open one no trump, it shows 15 to 17. When you open two no trump, it shows 20 to 21. When you rebid one no trump, it shows 12 to 14. We get real narrow with those ranges. And it's because when we are balanced, all of our trick taking potential is bundled into our high card points. So if we are balanced, we want to show our high card point range, and that's still going to hold true in these Jacoby 2 no trump auctions. Now, we are also going to be adhering to another general principle, which is the idea of fast arrival. So what this means is the faster you get to game, the worse your hand is. So this is going to be a very common theme in a lot of bridge conventions, where if you bid it faster, you don't have it. Or if you bid it faster, you have a worse hand. So our options from worst to best are going to be 4 of the major. 1 spade, 2 no, 4 of the major. Partner, I have literally the worst hand I could have opened. I'm sorry I did, but here we are. This is what I've got. You are just getting the game and you are not leaving any room for partner. If they really want to push for slam, that's on them, not on you. 3 no trump. This is going to be just a touch better than a medium or than a minimum hand. It's going to be a little more of a medium. Some people play this a little differently. I kind of like this structure where it's 4 of a major, 3 no trump, and then 3 of the major. But if you like this to just show sort of non-minimum with 6 spades, that's also okay. But this one for me, I like it as a medium hand, just a touch better than a minimum. Something with like, I don't know, 12 to 15 high card points. And then 3 of the major, this is a maximum. So this is going to be 16 plus high card points, definitely looking for slam. Partner, give me some Q-bids. So that's what those ones are saying. I think I misspoke earlier. In other people's systems, 3 no trump might be showing that non-minimum 5 card suit, whereas 3 of the major is showing that non-minimum 6 card suit. So some people play that differently. Whatever, that's totally fine. This is just the one that I like right now. So if you can tell me why you like the other way, that's totally awesome too. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of examples. 1 spade, 2 no trump. So this one, we have 13 high card points. We are balanced. We are not like a drop dead minimum. So I would leave some room for partner if they are strong. If they want to explore for slam, I have an ace, I have a king. It's not hopeless. So I'll bid 3 no trump here. This one, we have 12 high card points. We're balanced. Not the best. I could see it being 3 no trump. I could also see it being 4 spades. So the fact that we don't have any outside aces kind of feels a bit more like a 4 spade bid. So the worst option that we have. Partner, I have a minimum. If you want to go on to slam, that's of your own volition. You have fun with that. And then this last one here, we have a massive hand. We've got 16 high card points. We've got 6 spades. We are living our best lives here. So with this one, I definitely want to bid 3 spades. I want to let partner know I am interested in slam. So we want to do that. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. So I am going to get into my little shark bridge here. Again. Oh, leave this blank. Sorry. Okay, so now I've gotten in. Amazing. It's incredible how finicky these things are. So we are going to just get started with this and see what all happens. So we're going to see how this all shakes out. So looking at this hand, we've got 13 high card points. I have 5 spades and 5 diamonds. I'm going to open one spade. Partner bids 2 no trump. Now, this brings us to a problem already. Here we are. So we have 2 options here. Do we want to show this as a singleton, or do we want to show this as a 5-card diamond suit? Now, I'm thinking that we should lean towards a singleton because this is not a high quality 5-card suit on the side. So I would prefer to just show my partner that I have shortness in clubs and move on. So I'm going to do that. And now my partner is bidding 3 no trump, saying that they are balanced, that they don't really have a clear direction. They don't have a nice Q bid to offer me, so they're going to bid 3 no trump. Sometimes people will play this as an offer to play as well, so maybe that's what the robot is meaning here. But either way, I'm going to pull us back to 4 spades. I have no interest in going really to slam. So I guess, yeah, that's more of what they meant, I think. But regardless, my bid here was 3 clubs, and they decided to show 3 no trump as sort of showing that they have clubs stopped, and that they are willing to play there. Let's continue to the next one. So here we have a gross 12 count. This is terrible. So we have this gross 12 count. Partner bid 2 no trump. I do have this singleton diamond, so I am going to let them know about it just in case that's helpful. Oh, okay. So now partner has Q bid diamonds. They've let us know that they have the ace or king of diamonds, probably the ace because we've shown a singleton. But they've also denied having the ace of clubs or the ace of hearts because those Q bids were both available lower. So with my hand, I am definitely signing off in 4 spades. I have no interest in going further from that. All right, and that looks like we're maybe we should be. So we're going to lose 1 club and 2 hearts as long as we don't touch hearts. So we want our opponents to have to lead hearts and not us. So I would never be playing hearts on this hand, which is quite an interesting little aspect here. Let's take a look at hand 3. So here we have 16 high card points. Oh, this is a very nice hand. We've got 16 high card points. I'm going to open 1 spade. My lovely partner, shockingly, comes back with Jacoby 2 no trump. So now we want to tell our partner, okay, we're balanced. We want to tell them that we fall somewhere in that balanced range. So 3 spades is our max, 3 no trump is medium, and 4 spades is our minimum. I'm going to bid 3 spades because this is definitely a max. All right, partner has bid key card. They are interested in how many key cards I have. I have 2 key cards, and I do not have the queen, but I may be able to fudge it and tell them that I have the queen because I have the 6th spade. So this is another interesting little tidbit of information. So sometimes if you have a known 6 card or a known 10 card fit, your partner doesn't know that you have a 10 card fit, but you do, and you don't have the queen of spades, sometimes you can lie about it and say, hey, I do have the queen. Because most of the time, when you're in a 10 card fit, you'll be able to drop the queen as long as you have both the ace and the king. So there's not a lot of worry about that. So we could lie about it and say that we have the queen as well. Partners should realize if they do have the queen that we have 6 spades instead of just the 5. So we've done that. Partner is now asking us about kings. My lowest king is going to be the king of clubs. But I also have the king of hearts. Is that helpful, partner? Well, I guess I will just let them do that. I'll just let them do that. But they probably should have asked here if I have the king of hearts. So this would have been a really good instance for the robot here to use the 6 heart bid, which is a really nice reason to use that use the specific king convention, because after I bid 6 clubs showing the king of clubs, now partner can bid 6 hearts asking if I have the king of hearts, that I should bid 7. So that takes all of that pressure off of partner, and then they don't have to worry about it so much. All right, let's do another one. I've got 2 more here, and then I have 1 more little slide to go through. So we've got 18 high card points. I have 5 spades and 5 clubs. I'm going to start with 1 spade. Partner's going to bid 2 no. Woo! Jacoby, they are showing 4 card support. It is purely artificial, and it is showing a usually balanced hand, 4 card support, and game forcing values. Now, I have two options here. I can show my singleton diamond or I can show my 5 clubs. I have 5 quality clubs here. I want to show my partner I have some trick-taking potential in clubs. And now partner has Cupid diamonds. That is great for me. I have a singleton diamond. This is working out in spades. So let's do key card. Partner's going to bid 5 hearts, showing 2 key cards without the queen. Yeah, 2 key cards without the queen. They have that one and that one. They have the king and the ace of diamonds. So that is perfect. We have a 9-card spade fit. Living our best lives. We also wanted to find out if maybe they have the king of hearts. So we can bid 5 no trump. Except for their response is not right here. That's better. Because I did not program it correctly earlier. But that's okay. So 6 hearts is showing specifically the king of hearts. And so now I know that I can go to 7. Easy. So you can see I've got this diamond, we've got the ace king of hearts, we have the ace king of clubs, we have shortness, we have roughing potential, lots and lots of potential here to definitely make this contract, and it's all because we catapulted ourselves through this auction with this 2 no trump bid. All right, I've got one more to do, and then I've got my last slide. All right, this is a fun one. Look at this. I've got 19 high card points and 6 spades. I'm going to start with 1 spade. Now, this is a hand that I think could warrant being opened 2 clubs. So if you open this 2 clubs, I would not blame you. Now, I'm going to show that I have a club void. Partner is showing that they are balanced, that they have a stopper, that they are just sort of boring, nothing special. If I bid 4 clubs here, repeating my shortness, I am now showing a void. I am showing that I have 0 clubs. My partner knows that with certainty. Now, partner's signing off. Great. However, I have 19 high card points. We are playing in at least 6 spades. So, I could ask my partner some questions here. Would it be helpful for me to know if I have any of these missing key cards? Not really, but I'll do that so that I can ask about the king of diamonds, right? So they have 3 or 0 key cards. So they have 0, so we don't have any wastage in clubs. So that's really good information. Partner doesn't have the ace of clubs. That means that their honors are probably in other places. They are probably in spades, hearts, or diamonds. So let's ask about their kings. And this time they show, well, sort of the right one. But they are showing the king of diamonds here. So that is all I needed to hear from them. I'm going to bid 7 spades, and we're going to call that good. So in live play, this robot may have actually, by bypassing 6 clubs, that was probably a smart thing to do because they know that king of clubs isn't helping me. And because they've already denied having the ace, that's not really helping at all. So I'm probably looking for the king of diamonds. So you want to show me the most relevant diamond or the most relevant king that you have. So let's go back and finish up our little slideshow here. So Jacoby 2 No Trump is not just limited to those balanced 4-card raises that are game forcing. Some people like to expand it to also include limit raises. These are going to be 10 to 12 high card points as well in their Jacoby 2 No Trump structure. So I do this with a few of my partners. We have a couple of slightly different systems that we use over it for the responses. But overall, it's not a whole lot different. You just have to include something that would reject a limit raise. Now, there is also another instance where sometimes you are too strong to use a splinter bid. So splinters are going to be how we show a singleton, 4-card support, and game forcing raises. So you have a singleton diamond, 4 spades, and you have 13 high card points. You want to be able to tell your partner all about this with 1 bid. So that's where the splinter bids come into play. But a lot of people have an agreed range for those, usually around 12 to 15 high card points. maybe smaller ranges than that even. And so if you are too strong to make that splinter bid, now you need a way to show your partner that you have this. So you can put that into your Jacoby structure as well. So if you are too strong to use a splinter, sometimes you're forced to make a game forcing raise. You want to show that you have 4-card support, but you are outside of the range for a splinter bid. So now you bid Jacoby 2 no trump. And there are a lot more complicated responses. If you are not feeling just these shortness and length responses, you can make them as complicated or as simple as you would like. So lots of different things. But overall, I just want to say thank you to all of you lovely folks for coming around and hanging out with me for the last 30 minutes or so. It's always a pleasure doing this little happy bridging learn and play thing. So it makes me really happy being able to share this game with all of you lovely folks. So thanks so much for stopping by, and until next time, happy bridging.